I feel like SmartBody SmartMind and this particular branch of somatic work, it is offering something that it's my understanding through researching and looking at other offerings that nobody else is offering. This work is it. I have really explored and had varying degrees of success with many, many, many modalities, but they're never sustainable. And I could recognize immediately, very quickly within the first 6 months, the sustainability, as opposed to that, oh, this is the answer, and then finding yourself back in the same place.
Right.
You know, this education is so vital, because I don't know if anybody listening here has a daily lived experience of the extraordinary stuff that's going on under their skin, is really connected to that, is really feeling and you know that. But that's what SmartBody SmartMind and the education about this, what I call the greatest piece of technology that will ever grace this planet. There is nothing at this point in history more important than this work. This is the foundational work. This is work that needs to be on the ground foundation, and then you can start putting up your beautiful, amazing stained glass windows and everything else. But this is foundational.
Beautiful.
That's what I believe.
Thank you. I know you started the journey many years before with the free resources, but was there anything that you were either surprised by or you were actively wanting to work with, like you were still trying to figure out?
I think for me, what I really actively wanted to work with, most importantly, was mood stabilization. My nervous system was highly dysregulated. So I understood the difference when it's regulated. In some ways, it got worse.
Yep.
But even within it getting bigger, it was cleaner. There was something cleaner about it. So the feelings were getting bigger, but it was cleaner. So there was a lot of big feelings in SmartBody, and big shifts between me and my son. Would you be open to talking about how those shifts were with your son and parenting, and how that helped both of you? The sooner you can, you know, even if your child's 16, the nature as I understand it of this work, I feel so grateful that my son was 9. He's 12 now. Yeah. I feel so grateful. I feel like as I regulate my nervous system, it actually, and that's a whole other thing, but it actually is affecting my whole lineage. It's affecting my daughters who are not even here. It's affecting my grandchildren, you know, not only in the way that I'm dealing with my daughters differently, but in what they're learning and what my grandchildren are learning. And I just don't think there's anything more important, because if we had regulated adults, that's the whole point, right? You don't need to actually do anything except be regulated. 100%. It's actually all you need to do as a parent.
Simple. Listen, it's simple when you look at it from that perspective.
The biggest loss of my life is the loss of parenting my children, my babies, with a regulated nervous system. That is the greatest loss of my life. I just want to encourage other parents. It is really challenging to regulate your nervous system when the product of your dysregulation is there in front of you. Speaking at you, your dysregulation, being your dysregulation, and all you can do is just keep reminding yourself that actually to create distance, to let them be, but to keep going, to just keep going, because it's the greatest gift you will give your child. It is the greatest gift you'll give your child, no matter when you start,
Yeah.
even if they're 30.
Yeah.
It's transgenerational, you know. There were times that I experienced very fully the feeling of, wouldn't he just be better off? Have I just destroyed him? Wouldn't he be better off? Wouldn't he have more chance to regulate his nervous system without all these triggers between us and the pain and the grief and the, you know, all this stuff? But no, of course he wouldn't.
No. No, and I really, it takes courage. And I know because we have lots of questions that come in from folks. What do? I know that I didn't do this right. Now that I'm watching these videos, oh my goodness, I did that and I shouldn't have. And there's this doom. And the fact that he had already done his early development and he was 9. And as I said, I saw him before we started recording. He's a healthy, beautiful young man. And
he's doing so well.
Yes. So it's that power of resiliency and rewiring. It can happen at any age. And
it's huge.
And it starts with you.
And it does. And you have this urge. Well, I did. I think many parents would, to want to try and tell them how they should do this or they should, when all you really need to do is leave them alone and do the work yourself. And it's really, really hard, but if you just keep going, you keep going and just let them be and develop your capacity to deal with what will come, because it will come. As their survival physiology, like with my son who experienced my verbal violence, you know, in his life, as that goes away, it doesn't work the way that they go, oh, yay. No, their survival physiology doesn't work that way. Their survival physiology goes, oh, okay, am I safe to do this then? Yeah. Or what about this? Or are you going to drop your bundle if I do this? You know, and it's a compliment. It's important to remember that as a parent, that as they start bringing it on, it's because they now can, because they are feeling your increased capacity to hold space for their authentic feelings. And it's so exciting, you know, when he gets angry. It's like, oh my God. I'm so excited that he feels safe enough to get angry. And, you know, so
good.
It is, I think what that allowed me to do, when we got to the place several times in SmartBody SmartMind in that lockdown, where I was able to just say, I have no idea what to do. I have no idea. I do not know how to move through this. And I'm just not going to do anything. Which was really interesting for me, because I was really up in their energy way too much, you know, up in there, enmeshed. It was big for me to be able to just go, I have no idea what to do. I do not have any more answers, and we're just going to have to sit with this. And it resolved itself with my new capacity to not do consequences or do this or do that, or, you know, just try and somehow just to be able to go, I got no idea. No idea what to do. And that was,
trust. There's a trust there and a letting go of control.
Absolutely.
Right? Yeah. You know, what would you say to someone who is trying to, because this is a thing that often is asked, Fiona, is, I don't quite understand what happens, because it's not your traditional meditations, mindfulness. It's this blend of theory and learning and things that are really hybrid. So what was your experience engaging with the material and how the program was laid out?
My advice would be, start now. If you're thinking about doing SmartBody SmartMind, start now, start with the free resources. Start listening to Irene's videos. It's really, you can Google Irene Lyon anger, Irene Lyon despair. You know, you and stuff comes up. There's in the list of the free resources. There's perfect groundwork, and I think the reason that I would say that for SmartBody SmartMind is that there's a shift out of your mind, an intellectual construct. One of the things I often say is we spend so much more time talking about our feelings and thinking about our feelings than we do feeling our feelings. It was like my body saying, hello, time to do this, and how often in a day I said, just wait, in a minute. It reminds me of a toddler. You know, a little kid saying,
I gotta go.
I need this, you know, and you saying, oh, hang on, I'm busy, I'm doing, you know, and that I was doing that to my body. And so that those really simple foundational practices to get into your body and out of, to, you know, to just come into feeling. It's actually, it sounds so simple. All of the material is designed to come into your body. And that can seem basic. I can imagine someone coming into it that some of it could seem like, oh, this is so basic, like I know this.
It's too simple. And we have had people stop because of the basicness, and it's always this, just keep going.
The thing when I heard myself say, this is so basic, I know this. That's the whole point. You may know it, but it's a whole different thing to feel it. And that I would say the same. Just keep going. You because here's what I think. Please. There's a reason alumni come back year after year after year after year. We had an alumni that had been there for 9 years straight.
The beginning.
If this work was something you could just know, and then you're done, they would not be there. So if you truly did know this work, and when you truly do know and feel this work, it never feels basic. It remains interesting year after year after.
Thank you.
I can't wait for SmartBody SmartMind next year.
No, it's so good. And okay, so final question, because we always get this, is, oh my goodness, it's a lot of money. Knowing that it's a real factor for many people, what would you say to someone who's and given economy and all that, what would you say to them?
It's interesting. I would say that even in one of the aspects for me in regulating my nervous system is very much about my relationship with money, and has very much shifted my relationship with money. I have no question that the majority of us spend at least $40 a week on unnecessary purchases, and there is nothing more necessary than this work. But then you do still have a percentage of people that are going to say, I literally do not have this. To you, I would say, use the free resources. There is so much to be gained if you truly, 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 truly do not have the $40 a week on a payment plan it's going to cost. Use the free resources.
That's how you started.
That's how I started for 3 years, and I got so much out of it. I just don't think there's anything you could offer, not only yourself, but this entire planet at this point in history. Every drop of regulation that we can offer into the mix right now is a vital ingredient.